Automotive journalism is a very fancy job and it is quite dangerous one at that. Why? Because you keep coming across things like a tiger and of course a katana, and the latter means a single-edged Japanese sword that is being used by samurai. And since we have the Suzuki Katana today with us, we're gonna find out if it stands true to its original meaning for the name or not. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mohit Bhardwaj and let's kick things off design first. And we have to say that Suzuki has nailed at making a neo-retro motorcycle. This thing is sharp, it uses straight lines all around, and I really like this design. But I know it will have mixed opinion from the masses. What do you guys think of this design? Let us know in the comments below. For highlights, you have a rectangular headlamp on the front. That remains my favorite. Over to the rear, things get really bulky and hefty, and I don't like them a lot. But this tank and this quarter fairing, they make sense to me. Now talking of features, and the Katana comes loaded with quite some tech. No, there's no Bluetooth connectivity on offer, there's no USB charger either. But what you do get is an all-digital backlit instrument cluster which is not legible in broad daylight conditions. Also, it is an cluttered one. But what I like on this motorcycle is you have 3 riding modes and a total of 5 traction control modes. Of course, you can disable the traction control at all. Furthermore, it also comes with a bidirectional quick shifter and you have adjustable suspension on both the ends. And talking of suspension, I think it is time that we get going towards the performance. But let me tell you, it also comes with all LED lighting. Now, talking of performance, the Katana is very powerful, I say, because this 4-cylinder motor is the K5 derived engine and it uses dual overhead cam to put out 160 odd horsepower and 106 Nm of peak torque. Now that combined with a very slick 6-speed gearbox and a slip and assist function for the clutch, the overall driveline feels very smooth. It is very refined and it sounds bloody good. And if we talk of performance, the 0 to 100 kmph timing is just 2.6 seconds. Yes, that's how fast this motorcycle is. But then there's a slight hiccup. The tires on this motorcycle come from Dunlop and they are fat profile tires. And that being said, it's not very agile, it's not very sharp in traffic and around corners. It takes some effort, but it doesn't give you the feedback that you would want from a naked street fighter like this. Moreover, the turning radius on this motorcycle is very huge, more like a boat, and that combined with the flat profile tires is not a great combination, I would say. But the suspension on this motorcycle comes from Kayaba and you have adjustable ones on both the ends and they work really well. You just have to dial them right and the Katana will treat you well in terms of dampening, rebound and compression. Now talking of brakes, the front setup is a Brembo sourced one and it comes directly from the flagship GSXR. But on the rear you have a Nissan sourced single disc. But the overall braking duties on this motorcycle felt confidence inspiring to me. But I think it's the motor that makes you pay the price for this motorcycle. It's not the handling for sure. I would really want to ride this motorcycle with a better set of tires that have a rounder profile to see how good it can be in terms of agility and the overall sharpness. Another sour thing about this motorcycle is this fuel tank. First, it is only 12 liters and therefore it gives you a range of only 150 odd kilometers. Next is the design, because the overall rider's triangle is very comfortable and with a seat height of 835 Nm, it's not tough to reach ground for a guy like me who's 5 feet 6 inches tall only. But this particular portion of this fuel tank is not the neatest design that I've come across, because when you want to hold the motorcycle with your thighs, with your legs, you just can't do so because every time your knee will be hitting the frame. But should you buy one? I think it's time to sum this review up in the verdict. At rupees 13.61 lakhs ex-showroom, the Katana has a lot to offer in terms of mechanical bits. The engine is very superior in terms of refinement level and the overall performance, and so is the case with the gearbox, clutch and the suspension. Yes, it does need a better set of tires for that agility that you need at this price point, and if you keep aside the fuel tank's capacity, the motorcycle makes a lot sense to me. What do you think of it as a whole? Let us know in the comments below, because I really like the design. However, the rear could have been slightly better designed one. A little more slimmer affair on the rear would have done the job pretty well. And I think this was all I had to say for the Katana. Yes, Bluetooth connectivity is another thing, along with a more modern instrument cluster that I want on this motorcycle. So Suzuki, if you're listening to me, you know how you need to make it phenomenal. It is already in its best form, at least mechanically. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host Mohit Bhagwat. Will now take a leave. See you again in another video. Take care.